Hey all, so you guys remember back during the Dr. Disrespect situation, which again, we're still waiting on the update for the legal filings. I've not covered some other circumstances that have happened with that because I'm not a Dr. Disrespect, drama channel. But I said, if I am wrong on something, I will admit I'm wrong. I just hope I'm not wrong. And well, I was wrong on CDPR's profitability. Now, here's what happened. When I was reading through their financial report, and I did read through this before I made the video, somehow when we got to this section here, I misread this as them getting a loss. I have absolutely zero idea how I misread this as them producing a loss. I can't even think of how I did this, but somehow, some way, I misread this. So I did not jump into this and be like, oh, gotcha. No, I did read through this beforehand, and just somehow I messed up big, and I'm here to say I messed up big. The company has actually been profitable. Now, here's what I've done. I made a Twitter thread. I've taken down the tweets, put up a correction tweet with the same infographics that are relevant of their debt growing and of their ballooning budget. That part was correct. Their profitability part was wrong. The two videos I made, I have privated because I had to think on this. I'm like, okay, one, I'm not going to hide content just to save myself from embarrassment. And aside from misreading the profitability, the other information in those videos is good, but then I'm like, it was incorrect information, and I can make this video, take all the good bits of information from those videos, and just consolidate in a video with the corrections without giving you guys bunk information with it. So that combining with wow, I really don't want to have this on my channel. I'm not going to lie, I'm not purely altruistic. I decided to private those videos. So if you can't find those videos, they've been privated. I may delete them in the future, but right now I'm just going to private them and see where it goes from there, because if the audience says, "Oh, Kevin, man, eat your crow, you should leave them up." Yeah, they'd have a point, but I'd rather just keep them privated, possibly deleted. So let's get into the actual information. As you can see, they are profitable. Kevin misread their financial statements somehow. I don't know how. I really don't know how. And I hate having to admit I'm mistaken there, but hey, it's better to admit you're mistaken than to keep living in there. If you scroll down here, here's the revenue chart. This here's what I like to point to, because I thought this was a visual representation of this. And, visuals are easier for people to consume than, boring numbers. So that's why I kept pointing to this. But no, this actually just compares the profit they made to expenditures. As you can kind of see, not an exactly... they're profitable, but it's a lot of expenses for profit. Let's put it that way. But then again, maybe a lot of companies operate that way. I know how to read these statements. I don't make a career out of it. But as you can see down here, their debts are growing. And I checked. That's 337,107. That is not what their profitability is. So they're not hiding losses by claiming income from debt. But here's the important information. This was before DEI. This is after DEI. And as you can see, their development costs continue to bloom. And as the second video talked about why the board has resigned now. So 4 of the 5 supervisory board members have resigned. They claim there's a law in Poland that will mandate a certain percentage of gender on a board, i.e. if you have a certain amount of women on your board, is the reason why they're resigning. I'm still calling bullshit on that. Yes, CDPR is not going to be the next Ubisoft yet, It is still a profitable endeavor. But when you look at what's coming down the road with Witcher 4 and its controversial writer, them pushing ESG DEI, which, by the way, that video is still up because that video's information was 100% correct. The Witcher 4 is likely not to be as profitable or successful. Endymion has also covered how they're subcontracting out a lot of work. A lot of their A talent is gone, so Witcher 4 will be of questionable quality. So if Witcher 4 fails, and it's going to come out, what, like next year or the year after? You know, so they don't have a lot of time before they're going to have a major flop on their hands. And when they have a major flop on their hands, it's questionable if they will be turning a profit, but yeah, I mean, they might be able to. I mean, as you can see here, GOG is not that profitable for the company. I mean, it makes profit, but like their development of video games is what makes them the most money. And having an outright flop will probably greatly impact that. But they haven't had a game out in quite a while, so this is a lot of residual sales right here. Meaning, questionable how much a major flop will impact them performance-wise. Obviously, they're not going to have that sales boost they want. They're not going to have residual sales from that game. So, at this point in time, it would just be speculatory how hard that would impact them. They could potentially still be turned a profit, but I'll still say they're just rats off a sinking ship. They've ran their company to the ground with DEI, ESG. They can see what every other company in the industry has become thanks to that, and they just want to wash their hands with it. I'll stand by that statement. Well, there's all your updates. I got all the correct information in this video. Again, guys, sorry for messing up. Hate that I did. Hate that I somehow misread that. Hate that I put out bad information there, but hey, I've corrected it now, and this is the good information. Shout out to the people in the comments who caught the mistake. Kind of wish the mistake would have been caught for me in a second video on that, but, you know, is what it is. Ironically, it was actually a conversation which had me questioning, because, you know, sometimes I hear people saying, like, oh, Kevin, you're wrong. I'm like, yeah, no, I've double, triple checked. I know I'm not wrong. And other times it's like, I mean, let me go back and check and see if I'm wrong. And when, you know, through a lot more events I'm not going to go into, I'm like, I need to go back and reread their statement just to see if I might have messed up somewhere. And I'm rereading their statement. I'm like, oh, no, I really messed up. How did that happen? You know, because you can look at my Ubisoft videos. I'm going like, well, this section here says this section here says that, this section here says that. As you can see, these two sections showing a loss in a different statement. You can go back through and correlate with their increased debt load, which, based on the fact they're claiming their assets are equaling their growing liabilities, it makes it suspicious that their assets are incorrect. Now, you can see I normally am pretty thorough about going through these. So no idea how this one happened. But it did. Anyway, I've rambled on about this long enough. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. And I will try to be more careful when I'm making these videos about financial statements. Again, normally I'm pretty good about this. I'm baffled how this mistake happened. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.